And some familiar faces. Yeah, Edwin here. So I joined the agency 2019, brand new, first company, no sales experience. So this is my 6th year. Doing
And
quite
how many
okay.
millionaire really comes?
Coming 3. So
Wow.
doing quite okay. But
Very
I
good.
focus
Very good.
Primarily, I would say 95% on tagging alone. Tagging, if you know the business model, you close 1 direct, I must close 10. So must work very hard. But also because of that, you have a volume of meeting people. You see so many people, every kind of person also see people already. The good, the bad, the ugly, the very professional, the respectful versus the quick kind one. Yeah. So ultimately, thank you for all your opportunities to let me practice on them. From an intern doctor now probably become a bit specialist kind of thing. But jokes aside, I think ultimately closing new launches, of course the commission is very attractive. But most importantly, you must be able to move from being a salesman to caring for them. Because a lot of people also have the skeptical mindset that you are a salesman. Then especially when you meet cold leads, they will also have that barrier. So if you are invited for the Millionaire Overdrive next Friday, Marcus Law wants that, I will be conducting a deeper session training for those of what I'm going to share about knowing how to read clients. But I think that one is special invite for people of a certain quota of sales. But anyhow, I think I can share a little bit today. So our business is a very cutthroat business. So sometimes you work so hard, even gonna cut by people also. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But ultimately, you got to show your value proposition that you are different from other people.
Yeah.
Rather than just a normal agent where you are bringing the client down, then let the tagger do everything. So I'm not teaching you how to outshine your tagger, but I'm teaching you how to prepare certain prep work that makes you have that experience and professionalism, rather than just when the buyer asks you question, everything you also don't know, ask the tagger, but at least you know something. You need to do a groundwork. So every client that has been marinated before, easier to close. Yeah. But of course, I know it's difficult. Sometimes a cold lead, your own first appointment has to be at a show flat. Then after that, those that work with me before, you know what, I probably very focused and very targeted. 20-30 minutes, finish everything. And I try to give you all the time to talk to your client, to know their needs. And if you are sharp enough, right, I will actually ask a lot of leading questions. Then if your ears are open enough to listen, you will be able to capture a lot of things that they don't tell you in your face, but these are things that matter to them. Okay, anyhow, that one I'm not going to spend so much energy attention. Today's focus, as invited by Victor, is to really share about upcoming new launches and post launches. So generally, okay, for the benefit of those that are a bit newer, I want to show this. Also, I used to be a bit like a picture background, so I'm quite structured in my presentation, and anything like for dummies, I like to do that. So this is something that I've prepared for brand new clients that totally know nuts about new launches. So I just share with them, generally buying a condo, there are 3 phases. Or the first 2/3 are before they get the key, or we call new launch in your language, my language, BUC, building under construction. Then after that, once you get the key, TOP, it will be subsale or resale. Subsale meaning you change hand, you are the first to stay, but second owner. Resale meaning stay after a period of time, condition is original. So these 2 phases basically means that this one you have tentage, a lot of people cannot buy. Prices are question mark, or you need to do the balloting process. Typically, preview always 2 weeks, but now quite trendy to be Thursday and Friday already, because you want to beat other people Saturday balloting kind of things. Then after that, this is the booking day, you know your pricing, they might increase, they might not increase, so on and so forth. Then when you walk into the show, there's 没有人got cars all agent car. One is called post launch. I have my elevation chart, you open, you see this unit you like, you can book on the spot. Or that's when you can buy. Then from here to there, depending on day one, what kind of sale you can slowly buy, and slowly price increase also. So generally this chart is to prepare for who? Prepare for the post-launch. If I want to prepare prepare for the pre-launch. So I want to prepare for the pre-launch. If I use this to show the post-launch, it also shows that they buy a bit more expensive. But this can also come in inversely if they didn't increase much pricing. Then I use it to hit those own stayer by saying, but you buy here, you must wait 4 years. Then what's your cost of moving or rental? You have to pay, for example, I give you buy HDB, rent HDB 3,500 or rent 4 years times 48. then the cost will work out. So if the price increase is not so significant, that's why there's a lot of new launches, post launches. You see the Busu Grand, you see me, all the big units, they are always the last to go because the cost of moving is much shorter. Yeah. So depending on how you position them, you see, by the fact that I show you this, right, I think those that haven't worked with me, you will never see this. I already value it to you. I teach you already. I show you what to buy, what product to buy if you're an investor here, if you're a home stayer here. Then substill, of course, we can find the right one, negotiate price, so on and so forth. See, so this is my first way of value adding. Again, I draw this after many rounds of teaching clients. Then I like to be very organized and structured. So I have this from here easier to say. 5 minutes 讲完了. Then the ballot process also easy. So do you want to try for a chance? Yes. Then we put a ballot thing. Not guaranteed you will get, but at least you have a chance to buy. Then even your queue number sucks, but you're still buying here, right? So there is still a lot of opportunity to buy. Now, truth be told, as salespeople, okay, I'm a person that is very values one. I'm not the salesman that will go yo and then just pay for information. But say again, but caveated. As salespeople, we have to do what we need to do. Yeah. So it has to be a balance. I know some of you maybe you struggle, especially if you're new to the industry. How do I sell something that I'm not convinced? So a lot of us, we have too much emotions or into something that, hey, this place can buy, man. Do you know before you reach the actual sale, many of the mind block is not from buyers. Agent. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, if you can say that means you've already been through the process. So even as a tagger, trust me, there are some projects I think cannot sell. There are some projects the developer very nice to us. So it's like that, sales. They give us good incentives and all. But the role of a professional, so you must remember you are a professional. You are not the goal scorer. At least for me, a tagger, I am the assist. I'm the midfielder. I assist you to buy what you want in the best possible options. So put your feelings, everything aside. If the buyer just want their location, that's why they click on the app. Why you go and swing and do so far? From west swing to east. I'm not saying swinging cannot be done. Swinging is perfectly fine if he's an investor. But if the person share you, they got students, they got kids, they got workplace, then you still swing, then you are a salesman. Very clearly the person will brand you as salesman. Unless you can communicate a timeline for exit, for their next plan, telling them this is a stepping stone, and they must be able to subscribe to it. You can see the body language. If whatever you say, okay, that means they think that you're just BS. They switch off already. You look into the eyes. So now I'm talking to all of you, I'm looking into your eyes. Yeah. This is how you want to gather that kind of rapport with them. I can see who is listening to me, who is taking notes, and who is just switching off. So sometimes this is normal thing after a while. So this is very important. So far so good. Okay, so I've given you a bit of an overview of how I usually will start, especially in giving value to my clients. Now, so of course we got post-launch or pre-launch. What is Evan going to teach today? Of course, I have some topics that Victor asked me to specifically focus. Or those that know me, I like to use my map. My map is my favorite friend because you can see everything. Map don't tell lies. What you see is what you get, geographically accurate. So those dots are new launches, basically. I've keyed into my own Google Maps. You can do it yourself. Then you can show, this is good for swinging, especially you want to swing in one area. Like you see one area alone, so many things to swing with. This is good for you to able to consider options. Right. Now you got to be very upfront. I always tell my clients, everywhere sure got good and bad. If the person say everything's so good, right, then they will also ask you what is the bad thing. You must be able to communicate, but yet get out of jail cut free. So this place is upfront to tell you not very near MRT or can you consider, but doesn't mean not near MRT will make money. Example, Wistergram. Example, Treasure at Tampines. Example, Riverfront Residence. So you must have a get out of jail card easily. But you must clearly communicate to them, this place not so near MRT. If everything is tick, then your pricing also tick. Yeah, it is like that, chicken and egg. Yeah. So are there opportunities in the market? Okay, so today I'm going to share two specific things. One will be the one-off area. The other one will be the the Zions and the River Valley area, because these are the areas that got road for me. Otherwise, I share with you something from Dairy Farm every hello. Every Dairy Farm got new plots coming up. Okay, now so far okay. If my pace is too fast, let me know. How much time I have, boss?
About 1 hour. 你要这个开始点。
别怕，那个我later settle。我做 test 很快。
1个小时啊，可以。
1个小时啊。
Yeah.
Okay. Now, another thing you need to know is you are a master plan. Because especially for clients that are not familiar with the area, you must know how to tell story.
Yeah.
If you cannot tell story, then whatever you see, it doesn't hit. Put it that way. There are a lot of data sets that now you can do AI or use Google or investment suite. But if the data don't join the dots, then you cannot communicate a clear objective. So you must be able to use data to tell stories. For example, also how to get to this, for those that are not familiar, you just Google URA master plan, very easy. Okay, now I give you this story about the Tengah transformation. For example, we all know Tengah, today all the ECs hit what kind of prices really? Anybody?
1800
If you know, this kind of pricing, Forex Bukit Timah, freehold, just 3-4 years ago. Yeah, it's literally freehold 4 years ago's pricing. Today EC already that kind of pricing. So if you want to sell an EC there, Novo Place, Lumina, Grand, Otto, Altura, what else? Copen Grand, then probably back then you can sell a bit of Arden, Hill Haven, Botany, Lake Garden Residence, all join on the dots. But you must use something to position as something. Okay? Don't sabo yourself. If you use this, you want to sell here, then you must know when is your last final destination. Don't after that you set yourself a trap already. Then you say cheap ma, or you say expensive ma. Now I don't want this, I want to buy this, but you already say then. So you must know how to again get out of jail card. Whatever you say must be able to back it up, but don't be too fake. It has to have that senlu. It gotta be alive. Cannot be dead. Okay, now I showed you this master plan. Now we all know. Maybe a little bit deeper, we backtrack. Master plan, different colors have different purposes. Blue are commercial and residential. Beige color is for residential only. Pink plots are commercial, first story of residential above, and of course the rest you can see E education, H hotel, different things. These are industrial. But do you know there's a very powerful button over here called the filter button? Last time don't have one. Last time you must go out to search other master plans in the historical data. But now with this text, I can show you storytelling from here very easily, from the oldest to the newest. So the first thing I will tell the client, let us try to guess what is the government's intention sitting at the board office of URA. What are they thinking? Because if you can think right, I don't need to have a fortune teller. Based on the master plan, I roughly know what the government is trying to think, and then I'm trying to project the future based on the past. So far you can understand this part? Again, I'm trying to project the future based on the past. Very important, you watch the words I choose to use. Okay, 2 or 3, nothing, yellow. Edwin, same thing. Yes, it's the same thing. Yellow means what?
Subject to
Totally not subject to detailed planning. 没有用 no plans. Okay? Then 08, still reserve. One for A. Suddenly the plan come ready. I want to make this a housing, but I don't know do what. Then STDP. You realize now master plan, they cut short already. They don't even show subject to detailed planning. If the plot is so small, they will just put STDP. Okay? Then from 14 to 19, bam, wow, I'm sure between these two, many things have been changing here and there already. But this, if you are familiar, it is, if you are from the west, you drive along Bukit Batok Road. Left used to be the firing area. Then there's a speed camera somewhere around here, 70 km per hour. Here a lot of U-turn for all the L plates. If you say like that, right, to the one that is staying there, he or she totally know what you're talking about. But to those that are not staying there, they come see me. But what I'm trying to do is to draw relationship that I know the area. Then you already put yourself in a very better position. Then what if you really don't know the area? Then you follow my word of what I said. Then the place where you got a lot of U-turn one, learning one. Then you become one up really. Because just like how you're a new agent, right? You don't have 20 photos of you on stage closing. Then you borrow your team's closing. We collectively close 100 units. So it's how you say. So the thing about sales agent is that you're not like how many years of experience in your CV. You don't need that. Even 20 years also no use if you are not hungry enough. Your first year, okay, I hit my millionaire second year, but I'm not trying to boast about that. But I'm trying to say, however hardworking you are, the sky is the limit. So learn to absorb. Or learn to take the good things, the bad things just to one side. Then you become your own person. Okay, so I'm here hopefully teaching you more good things than bad things.
Of course.
Okay, I'm not a bad thing person, so I generally quite good thing one. Also from one line you can see pop. Then suddenly becomes this. No, I will realize that there's not a lot of changes. Maybe with the exception of a bit. because they're just doing a fine tuning. Because it's relatively new already, so you don't need to tweak so much. Okay, same thing as Bayshore. So if you go all the way to Bayshore, same thing. Bayshore is the place where you drive along ECP, right? Then there's a whole empty area before you exit the Bayshore, subjected to detailed planning. So you can see, then cut into here already, 08 to 014, 19, latest, even they still change the education and the residential one facing the highway. Right, so these are all the new areas. So you can tell stories. I can show you many stories. So if you're free, nothing to do, don't be discouraged. Spend more energy learning than to just cry over that lead that don't want to have the appointment with you. Or we always got to move forward. There are many things to learn. Okay, 学不完的. So okay. Anyway, those of you that have stayed with me before in my presentation, you know one area that I'm very affectionate is the Beauty World transformation. So this used to be Beauty World shooting. 03, 088, suddenly the color changed. That's why this is the reserve residence. Or this is the link. This is 8 at VT. Or this one is the hawker center. But all this, you see, change. Hotel, healthcare hotel, change. From 2 purple become 1 purple. Change. Blue color. Why? If you know the story, because of the return of the railway track. All this suddenly, all this are happening. Then latest, suddenly the one that you open space car park, Chongqing Nam cannot park parallel, right? Here become pink color, which also means the reserve residence you buy you really hot already. Because from blue plot become pink color means they will only be one story instead of the whole thing is a mega shopping mall. So you need to tell story. So if you want to tell 8 at BT, then you say that this is probably the last plot now. This one likely will be until this one over another 4-5 years. Then what kind of pricing will you want to wait for this one? Because this is the last plot, surely not cheap. So now you are here. But of course you want to kill this very easy. You are surrounded by freehold, commercial, integrated development. But now you buy 3,000. But if you buy the lower floor one, the 3-bedroom, 2,003, 2,004 per square meter, can buy or not? Then you ask that. So sometimes you must know how to manipulate your data. So I always tell clients, right, don't go to the project and say this project good, this project not good, but go to the project like a food center to find a signature dish. So today you go to a zi char store, maybe this zi char store, their signature dish is 三肉河粉, the rest normal. Maybe this store, the famous is sambal kangkong. So I go to the show flats and tell people, this one, for example, River Green, the 2-bedroom, one of the best layouts. But the 3 and 4 is also because it's so small, 700 plus, 800 plus square feet. So know how to say the na so outside. That's how I do my PP and RG comparison. So learn how to do this kind of inputs because this kind of things agents don't have to say. So actually you say also be careful because you're valid. So learn how to be very open. Okay? Now this is just one area for you to learn. Okay, so let's come back. Now, agree with me, if you are a buyer, your agent shows you things that are already consolidated. Will you believe more, or you believe if you value add to the buyer, teach them how to find, and from there you make an analysis and make a point. You know what I'm saying? Now, I know sometimes you have a lot of trainings like, when you talk project A, you must talk project B, talk project C to Q, or to lead them to project A. Then you show the higher transaction, you even draw the box for them to see it, and you just flash. Trust me, if I'm the buyer, I would think you manipulate data to show me. Every salespeople is like that. You see sales kit, they will show you the highest PSF. They don't show you lowest and medium. So if I can use the investment suite to show them, right, then you become more believable. So sometimes I purposely tell people my intention also. Some other agents like to show the highest PSF. But I'm a very safe person. I'm more conservative. I will show you the average. Then where do we compare with the average? If we are below the average, then I'm be a bit safer. So my role is not to forecast because buyers will always ask me, how much percentage you predict I can make? I say my role is not a fortune teller, but my role is a professional to put you in the position that you have the lowest possible risk but potentially maximum outcome. Okay, so sometimes you must know how to play with this. Now, come to the main topic. I finished all my introduction. So how's it good?
Very good.
The area of interest. River Valley Orchard, if you know Singapore River, above that District 9, CCR, below that, that will be your RCR, City Fringe, right? That's why we have the 5 projects. If suddenly cannot find, it's all here, yeah, over here. Okay, now from here, you will, if you are fast enough, you will know which are the 5. This is what? Okay, this is
Great Wall.
This is what?
Oh, promenade.
This is what?
Zion Grand.
This is what?
River Green.
This is what?
Coco Land. 还没有卖 Coco Land.
This is what?
Great Wall City.
Great Wall City.
Great Wall City. Great Wall City.
You must know, So the other very useful thing that other than master plan, nothing to play, just go and study your own area first because you'll stay there, you keep after that study where the projects are playing. The next thing you need to play is URAGLS, just 6 letters only. URA space GLS. Then you're able to tell story really. Because what I like about this government website is that they don't only tell you one project, they tell you all the new launches in that area. For example, now demonstration area. Okay, the area that I'm very passionate is dairy farm. You know they November want to sell. Usually from selling, you take about 6 months to no result. From the result come out, you take another 1.5 years before they start to sell because they need to get building plans. So I say you want to wait for a very popular project, Telok Blangah. I ever have a lead, they tell me 那个 area 讲 Telok Blangah 可以买really 都还没有标嘞 brother. Then you want to bid, maybe 3-4 years Then the TOP is when you plus 5 on, you know. So sometimes agent use this as hope. I'm sure you see advertisement because Telok Blangah. But you see, I think you click on Dairy Farm Walk, for example, they show you which is the plot. But they also show you all these are new launches. So how you read URAGLS, right? Orange means not concluded. Purple means already concluded. Following me so far? Okay, so this is the next. If you are familiar, this is DFR, this is Botany, this is Skywoods, this is Treehouse, Forest, Eco-Sanctuary. This one will be selling soon. This is the former show flat. Botany show flat. It's going to be already bid already. It's done by Sandali. Okay. Now, if you go and find all the new launches here, so you see, I play 2 things. One, I play master plan. The other one, I play URAGLS. I play. 去找咯 play Orchard. 这个是 Upper House. Play. Come on. There, here, boom. Whatever I show you just now, this one has no meaning other than the legends, what their purpose is. But this one has a greater meaning because which are new launches, which have came out, which has already launched, all here. If you are familiar, our show flat for PP was here, right? And then where is RG show flat? All the way near Irwell Hill, right? The show flat is somewhere around here, up the sky. Leonie here, Leonie somewhere around here. Now, let me show you how our
It's the same page, is it?
No, not the same page. One is URA master plan, the other one is URAGLS, government. So I think you have to search with him, or you just search Google. Google is our friend. Okay, now how I will present. I tell story, I'm a storyteller. Shoot to Monday. So I do the first one is the side one.